like to start our short presentation now. My name is Moritz Beyhl. I'm from the company GEKA, from the division GEKA Healthcare. Our topic today is innovative application systems for precise and hygienic application of topical drugs. I will do this short presentation together with a colleague of Neopac. She's called Martina Christiansen. She will introduce herself later on. So maybe start right away. The reason behind GEKA Healthcare is we face a lack of precise and hygienic current application systems. As you can see here, all over those pictures, we have many different possibilities. We have cotton swabs, we have flocked tips, but all of them face the same kind of problems. We have a lack of sterility, we have fiber detachment, we could maybe lose fibers during the application, and we have a very poor hygiene. This is why we invented so-called micro-bristle applicators, which you can see here. I will just explain you shortly what the micro-bristle is itself. The characteristics of the MBA technology is the following. Here we're talking about very, very small applicators. You can have up to 6 bristles per square millimeter. As you can see in the picture on the left, very, very small, tiny bristles here. Next characteristics is that the bristle length of each bristles in relation to its biggest diameter is 10:1. Micro-bristle applicators are purely pharma-grade plastics injection molded applicators. A special mold design therefore is necessary. For example, for each single bristle you can see on those pictures, you need a separate ventilation in the tooling to get the injection molding process stable. And of course, only GEKA Healthcare is the only company worldwide which is able to produce the MBA. So maybe here's some self-explaining pictures. You can see on the left a standard polyamide brush. It's a flow-through device, so meaning it's mounted on a tube or bottle or something. The formulation of product inside the packaging comes through the applicator and then you can apply. You can clearly see with the standard polyamide brush, you have for the track precision and for the dot precision, it looks like a mess compared to the GEKA Healthcare MBA applicator where you clearly have more precision, especially for the dot precision. So, and this is what leads me to this slide. MBA are designs for healthcare diagnostics and hospital usage. So the main advantages is the track precision, as we've seen, the dot precision, and you can reach targeted areas in a very precise and hygienic ways. We have a lot of purity and hygiene. We're using pharma-grade plastics, of course, only plastics, no glue, no additives, no metal. We don't have any additional steps to assemble any fibers or something. So here we don't face the risk to lose fibers. We can have therefore a lot of hygiene. It's an automated production process. And the whole device, this micro-bristle, can be radius sterilized at 25 kilograms. What's also a really good advantage is that we have an increased dosage, precision and consistency. You can see it on the two diagrams here. On the left you can see a short comparison of a GEKA Healthcare MBA compared with a standard PA brush. We're talking here about a dip-in solution, meaning the patient takes the applicator, dips into the formulation and then just simply applies. We compared it with pure water over 10 shots. You can see the yellow one is the results for the standard PA brush. The blue ones is for the micro-bristle applicator. It's, this diagram is showing the upload and the released volume. And the same on the right here for the standard deviations. And this is just to show how good and patient independent, of course, this micro-bristle applicator works. So here we have a lot more consistency. It's clearly better than with the standard PA brush. And of course also the standard deviation, it's really, really lower than with this normal PA brush. So, and here as a short conclusion maybe, this whole MBA device, as here tested with a dip-in solution, clearly is working with a better consistency and clearly better than a standard PA brush. The MBA is available with different packaging platforms. For example, as already mentioned, with a dip-in solution. Here at GEKA we have a lot of standard components, as you can see on the right. including a bottle and a cap where you can dip in this applicator. The formulation and product will stay in this bottle. They are also available in different materials, different decorations, like the customer wants to have it. We can offer, as you see on the right, together with Romelac, a blow-fill seal solution. As a second technology, we have not only the dip-in applicators, but also flow-through applicators, as shown on the pictures before with this red product. Here the formulation flows through the applicator. Here we can have it with high-quality polyfoil tubes. And also, of course, if we have any specific customer request, we also can go for fully customized packagings. So for any further questions, do not hesitate to contact us. Regarding the flow-through applicators on these high-quality polyfoil tubes, I will now hand over to my colleague Martina from Neopac.
Good morning also from my side. Thank you very much, Moritz. We are actually very proud that GEKA was asking us to combine our twist and use tube with the Bristle technology. So I'm working for Hoffmann Neopac, a tube manufacturing company producing the tubes in Switzerland, and we are mainly working in the segment of pharma. So I just briefly introduce now the twist and brush concept. This is a tube that is now on the market for various applications. You can see two applications. One is in the animal health area. It's actually a product that we have developed together, the packaging developed together with Elanco. It was also awarded by the Pharma Park Award from Paris this year. And the other one is a gel, that is also in the market for quite some time. So actually the whole base of this development is that we have a single dose tube, which of course is allowing you exactly the dose that you need for the patients, so enhancing compliance. The other point is that we are talking about a tube which is opened but has no loose pieces afterwards, because you turn the cap, you open the pin, that is the tamper evident pin, to secure the product, and then you can open and release the bulk on whatever, the skin or the fur or whatever is requested. And we are here also talking about high barrier polyfoil tubes. Moritz was already introducing polyfoil. I'm sure that not everybody is aware of polyfoil tubes, so my next slide will also explain that kind of technology. So basically we are talking about a laminated tube. I think everybody who knows a bit about tube knows that we have aluminum tubes, we have monomaterial tubes, we have coax tubes, we have laminated tubes. Our tubes are laminated tubes, but they are a bit more special. What we really do here is combining the barrier properties of an aluminum tube, which of course are superb, with the aesthetic characteristics of a polyethylene tube. So what we are doing is, out of a laminate, we are forming a tube. We over-extrude this with another layer of plastic, so it has excellent design possibilities. So beside other laminated tubes where you can't have a 360-degree printing, we can give you that possibility. This Pharma tube, let's say, is an ideal base for the twist and brush, and that's why it's also in combination with the applicator from GEKA, of course, a very nice pharmaceutical product. All our tubes are produced with only pharma grades. So as we stated before, it's a complete pharma system that we are offering together with GEKA. Again, just to explain how the system of twist and use is working. So you can see on the drawing basically the system. You have here, you have the tube, which has a tamper evident pin. The one of you using Voltaren tubes, for example, or Elmex or Aronal toothpaste tubes, they know the system. There is a hermetically closed tube. Instead of using any kind of other sealing material on top of the offridge, we have a completely sealed tube system with the same materials. Then you have here the applicator, which is an application system already here, including the GEKA micro bristles. And then we have the cap that allows you actually, beside that usually all these tubes are meant to be single dose tubes, to use them maybe 2 or 3 times. So the tube here can be closed hermetically, but then it's not longer tamper evident. So as soon as you open the tube first time, you turn here, this piece, with the bristle. Then this pin here shears off, and then the tube is open, and then you can release the bulb. So as stated, a good combination here. You see a microscopic picture of the bristles. So we are talking here about 42 bristles. The downside of the thing is that, of course, many people told us, okay, single dose is nice, but for brushes you might need an application which is multiple use. So what we are at the moment starting to bring on the market is a new system. We call it Stilo. Here you have, again, a polyfoil tube. You also have the bristles here from GEKA. And you have a system that can be with an on-off function, a tube that can be closed and opened a couple of times. If you want to see some of these tubes, they are exhibited at our booth, at the Neopac booth, and of course also at the GEKA booth. So this now is next generation. The industrialization is ongoing, so this is going to be soon launched. Thank you very much. Now we are both very open to questions, and of course we would welcome them. Anybody? Sorry? For pharmaceutical products. Health. Yes. Yeah, it can be for dermatological applications. I mean, mainly it's dermatological. So all the components being used, and I think that's very important, are pharma grade. And what we also ensure is that these materials are available for quite a long time, because that's also key in pharma, that you don't have changes in the materials, which is normally very, very often happening if you talk about food grades or cosmetical grades. Would work as well, of course. But we are producing these products under GMP conditions. Further questions? With the flow through, you can't. I mean, you have, of course, if it's a single dose and you want to really apply exactly that amount, yes, you just use everything. That's how it's at the moment, for example, the twist and used for TIC products, for example. Further questions? Yeah? You can, as I said. Tamper evident, it's only for the first use. But you can afterwards reclose with this cap. And you can probably hardly see there is a pin here that closes the system. So you can do this. But on the other hand, usually you would not do this for many times, because the bulk volume that you will fill in these small tubes is relatively small. Yeah? And if you want to have multi-use solution or multi-use applications, then you rather go with a system like here, the Stilo, with an on-off function, a cap as well, but you are always with the on-off function reclosing the tube hermetically. No. More questions? Okay, then thank you very much, and have a nice day, a nice show.